Well, this is take two. Sorry about that, folks. We're back live. I had fallback coming into my ears. I'm Jamie, your host from Blood, Sweat and Metal. It's a 2-year anniversary, that's right. Blood, Sweat and Metal has turned 2. We've been here for 2 years. And I have my great man here, my right-hand man that's been there from day one. It's David Fowler from Melbourne. Good evening, David, and thanks for joining us.
There you go.
And happy birthday to you for Blood, Sweat and Metals. Let's give him a little bit of a quick rundown.
It's good to be two again.
Yeah. Let's give him a bit of a rundown before we go. How this show came about. Well, 2 years ago, I had tickets for the Megadeth sideshow for Soundwave, and David gave me a
Well, we can go back further than that. We used to have a Kiss.
The Kiss one. But how's the Blood, Sweat and Metal?
And then we ended up starting the metal one because we got tired of doing the Kiss one. We'd taken it about as far as we could get it.
It wasn't about that. I had a bit of infighting with the fan club.
There was that. I was tired of that as well, to be honest. And we started this 2 years ago.
Yeah. And I remember coming home from the tape course I was doing for the website development, and Dave sent me a text message saying, I think you better want to throw your tickets out. And I said, what for? Megadeth have pulled out of Soundwave. And I'm going, bullshit. I said, bullshit. He said, no. Rumours been coming out, and there's been a fight between Dave Mustaine and
the promoter, but it looks like Mustaine was right.
Yep.
The guy who runs Soundwave is an absolute scumbag.
And as a matter of fact, I got my money back for the tickets. I've still got the tickets here. I've actually still kept the tickets are here, but I got the money back.
I had mine printed out, so I just threw mine in the bin.
But unfortunately, I couldn't get a refund on the air flight. So David suggested, ISIS are coming to Melbourne. Why don't you come over? Even though you're coming for Megadeth, why don't you come over? So we extended.
Because it was around about the same time.
Yeah, so we extended the financial budget a bit to change the dates for our flight because we couldn't get our money back. So I went over for the Grand Prix weekend when ISIS was in Melbourne, and Bob's your uncle. We've been on the ride ever since. Plenty of trips for Adelaide, Melbourne, and back here, and
I'll be going over there soon.
Yeah, and having an interview with Garrett from Tankard down at the local tavern in Melbourne on Swanston Street.
I still owe him a beer for that.
But it's just been a magical roller coaster for us, and it hasn't come down; it's been going up, and I don't want to get off this roller coaster at all. But the magic thing is that we basically wanted to start giving more support to the live music scene, metal scene here in Australia, and around the time when Tankard got to Australia 2 years ago, everything just widened up a bit more. We got onto some record labels and some PR people that work with bands and whatnot, and we've been getting bigger artists and well-known people on the show. As a matter of fact, I got onto Rob Duke 2 days after Exodus fired him from the band, and I reached out to him as a fan, and not only that, as a person. Wanted to ask if he came on the show, and to this day, that interview is still being talked about through the media outlets out there when it relates to a question to Rob about Exodus and whatnot. So
I think it'll die off soon. David's been back in the band for a while now. I'd say but it had some major legs for a while.
Yeah,
especially in the immediate aftermath of that, and when Gary ended up responding to it.
You had a bit of a freak out. Oh shit! I hope we're not getting into trouble. and whatnot. And
will we get into trouble from their cop a bit of heat from their management? Which, if people don't know yet, Exodus is managed by Chuck Billy from Testament, and
I don't want to share the story about what happened at your place that time we tried to do something. So yeah.
Oh yeah, well that's between us. But no, it's been a bit right. I mean, I've sort of been on and off for the last year.
Yeah.
Just doing the odd episode here and there. It's good to sort of do it every now and again. Still, no, it's been good. I haven't been able to do any interviews, but I've been listening to a few here and there. Different interviews that you did. I had a little bit of a listen to the Buck Cherry one you did recently. That was a good one. Yet to sit down and hear the Ralph Sheepers one that you just did the other day. I'll probably listen to that tomorrow and all that and listen to it. But yeah,
I am in the process of working on a couple of interviews that.
Is there one major one, or actually two major ones that I'm thinking of right now that we'll talk about off air? You know the two that I'm talking about. We'll talk.
Well, I'm putting the feelers out, but earlier this afternoon, I got an email to message a certain band, one of the bands I truly love, and whatnot. And they're coming to Australia very shortly, and I want to get them on the show. It's one of the bucket lists I've got on my list.
In many weeks?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll just fucking do this then. Oh, sorry. I'll just do that.
Yeah. I. Oh, that one. No, I was thinking about another one.
Not the other
here
one.
in 3 weeks.
Oh, not them yet. Not yet. No.
Okay.
I've had put the feelers out there, but I'm waiting for confirmation. But
Okay.
I've got off the phone earlier tonight with a big punk band that's just going to start the tour in Australia in Perth tonight in about an hour or so Perth time, called Stiff Little Fingers. We talked about their Soundwave gig they did 2 years ago, and a bit of a downfall of that as well. But they're going right across Australia, so if you're going to one of their gigs, please do so. Get your ticket from metropolistouring.com. Some meet and greets are available as well. Go and grab that. As a matter of fact, a band that I've been following since the 90s, but they've been out longer than that, called Big Country from Scotland. They're coming to Australia, so I'm going to see that.
Is that the one that's in a big country?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that song actually. And it's not really metal, but yeah, good song though.
Doesn't matter if it's metal or rock, it's in the same field. They're progressive rock. Rock. So, hey, the way that he plays that guitar, it sounds like a bagpipe. It's unbelievable. So,
yeah.
But
just speaking of progressive, everyone knows that in the last couple of weeks, we've lost another one of their rock metal community, Keith Emerson, from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Unfortunately, committed suicide. Apparently, because of a scam or something he fell into. That was part of it. If reading to Destruction's new video, it kind of intimates that it's because of it might have been because of a scam.
Wasn't he the keyboardist?
Yeah, he was a keyboardist in Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yeah,
you do it to Emerson, Lake and Palmer, not me.
Yeah, that yes. But he went and shot himself. This scam must have left him some sort of financial strait.
Yeah.
And obviously depression set in and he committed suicide, unfortunately. You know, no. Rest in peace, Keith. Sorry, Keith. Yeah.
I just want to just go through some of the highlights of Blood, Sweat and Metal before we get into some news that we normally do on this show.
Probably someone for too.
Yeah. There's some place in Collingwood, and as everyone knows, I'm a Collingwood supporter, and keep your shit to yourself. I know what happened over the weekend. But
let's not talk about football at all tonight.
Yeah.
You know what, and from my end too.
Yeah. There's a beautiful place down in Collingwood at the Bendigo Hotel on the Tote. And I went there.
Two places, Bendigo and the Tote. So
Well, I'll call it one because
on the same street, but yeah.
On the same street, it's about, well, I'll say about a 50-metre walk. In between.
Probably about a couple hundred metres. Yeah. But it's, yeah, keep going. It's,
and in between the two, there's a pizza parlour. And Frank and Bach, yeah, Frank and Bach guitars, as a Bach was in there, and we had a bit of a chat. And
yeah,
what actually happened was during the course of the day, it called brutality. It happens every year. On this particular,
there should be some announcements on soon about the 2016 edition of Brutality fairly soon. They did post up something about a month ago saying that there's announcements coming and all. Yeah, so it should be soon. It should be a great lineup again.
Yeah,
but
the thing I want to ask the people is, well, tell the people, not ask, but tell the people. I love to drink. I don't get drunk. I get thirsty. Now, on a particular day, back in 2014, someone made up these home-brewed chocolate chips.
I don't know how you drank them.
I drank the first one, and we're out the back. I was out the back with David and Shay and Megan and Sandra, and we're filming something. I scaled it beforehand. Now, this looks like the Yarra River. Looks like dirty creek water. Brown, doesn't look like beer at all. Just looks like...
It tastes like crap.
I said it tastes like crap. I'm not having any more. By the end of the night, I had about 9 of them because everyone was given a free token and to try the chocolate chili beer. I ended up having about 10 of them because every band that came out off the stage, Jamie, have another one. Have another one. You like this shit. Have another one. Have another one. No, I was not legless. By the end of the night, I did have a skull beer.
I can attest to that. He wasn't.
Yeah. But a matter of fact, I still have one of the tokens laying around here somewhere. I found it just before last year's brutality and thought I drank all the tokens, but I still got one. But no, that token can't be used anymore. But it's just amazing how I need to get thirsty sometimes when I go to Melbourne and see Dave and we go to Brutality or go down to the Corner Hotel in Richmond. It's great. People, Soraya's here. Just give us a wave here. Just give us a wave. She's the producer. She's the one that's been doing all the behind-the-scenes work of editing and shooting famous people at the concerts and that. We have a chat room here, and I can't see anyone typing here, so I've got to find out from my producer here, where is the chat room? There's nothing there, unless you spunked all over the TV. I can't see anything. I have to go to another section. I can't see anything to do with a message or anything like that. No, that's the wrong one. I know who the person is. He's a friend of the show, and I've been getting messages out. She's been asking questions. I can't see anything here on my computer, so I've got the the producer standing right here. Oh, here we go. I'm going to get something thrown at me very shortly. Anyway, back to the show.
Put a helmet on. So they get hurt.
I need more than a helmet. Wait till I go to the next gig and I see us. Jeez, I might get beaten up. But anyway, if you're there, I'll get to the questions very shortly. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that last year's name was the last. Yeah. If I could have one more interview, who can it be? Okay.
Can we both have an answer on that one?
Yeah. To the person I have interviewed, Fear Factory 3 times already. I've done it for Soundwave, and I've done it for the latest album, Genesis, as well. As a matter of fact, I think I'm very, very shortly I'm going to be having another interview with Fear Factory very shortly due to the tour. But if I have one last interview ever, who should it be? David. Your thoughts, and I'll put him on.
God, I can name a million people that we know we'd never get Gene and Paul, so I'm going to scrap that one. But other than that, probably for me, Bruce Dickinson or Dave Mustaine.
Mm.
Dave Mustaine would be an interesting interview.
You're saying that will be your last ever interview you want to do?
Yep. It's his most interesting character I've ever seen. And you'd have a lot to talk about, political or otherwise.
Okay. Me personally, I'm still haven't quite relived my life yet. I haven't hit the 40 years.
I'll put another one in there. More on the Kiss front, Ace Frehley.
I love to talk to Ace.
Yeah,
just got to make sure he's sober for it. That's all. But
I think he's more sober these days than what he used to be.
I mean, I've got a bucket list of interviews I like to do. The thing I like to interview is I love to interview my icon, who was a drummer, who actually inspired me to drum when I was 10 years of age. It's Rick Allen from Def Leppard. I love to interview him. That won't be my last, of course. I'd love to interview him. I'll love to interview Angus Young. And as a matter of fact, we're going to talk very shortly about ACDs. I had a photo with Angus Young on the last tour. And I'd love to talk to Angus Young. I really would love to. That won't be my last. If I can understand Ozzy, whether he's off his head on drugs or alcohol or even when he's not.
To be honest, I think he's more clear-headed these days than what he used to be. I mean, the people misunderstanding what these days are going to be Birmingham accent. Yeah. But I think he's more on the level of the sober than these days. He's more into sort of keeping fit and drawing. Actually, apparently he's a really good drawer and artist. So
I want to interview Eddie Van Halen.
That'd be a good one. A good interview.
Talking about Eddie Van Halen, I used to run a Kiss show on radio here in South Australia, and this is no joke. I want to say this. I used to run a Kiss radio show back in 2010 and went on for quite a period of time.
That the one you had, and that's the one you ran in Adelaide, right? Where you are.
Yeah.
The actual, yeah.
This is no bullshit. This is no smoke up my ass. I'd done a recording live in the studio, came home, turned my computer on, I got an email. Apparently, this was Eddie Van Halen emailing, listening to the Kiss radio show I was broadcasting between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. on a Saturday night. I let David know, and I let another David know in Queensland what actually happened. I fell off my chair. But then I was interacting with him, and everything fell apart about a week or so. Now, mind you, this was in the time when David Lee Roth started to come back in the band, and they were working on some material on a tour. And this was way before the latest album came out, but this was back in 2010. Now, you can take it what it is. I didn't reach out to Eddie. He reached out to me, and it blew my mind. And if Eddie wants to come on the show, I'm more than welcome to talk to him. He's one of my bucket list. But if I know that if I'm dying tomorrow and I have one last wish I would love to interview, one last wish, above anything else, we ain't talking metal here, we ain't talking punk, we ain't talking new wave, one person, and if he's still alive, Paul McCartney. Because he, in my opinion, started this whole rock and roll movement that led into the metal world. Paul McCartney.
Yeah, I almost agree with you there. They'd be one of them.
Yep.
And then the Stones, then Blue Cheer, and little. You can even go back to like little Fats Domino, Little Richard, all that sort of stuff as well. But yeah, I'd agree with you. Beatles, Paul McCartney. Yeah, I'd like to be in on that one.
I've got some feedback for you, David. Lily, who is a person that's been writing the comments in the chat box, please keep them coming, Lily. And anybody else in the chat room, chat away. I'm reading them as I'm talking to David. Mm-hmm. She wants to ask you, Dave, why Dave Mustaine? Because when she was in America just recently, he met her in LA and he shoved him.
Oh no, it's always been I've just always been a Megadeth fan. That's to be honest, and that's that's
apparently.
I can understand where you're going. I mean, I've met him a couple of times through not meet and greets, but in-store appearances and whatnot. First met him probably about 2000 when he came out in a promo tour with Al Petrelli. And I mean, he's always through his his life and his upbringing, he's always had that sort of guarded sort of, if he doesn't know you, he's a little bit guarded. Because if you know his background story from when he was a kid and all that, and I asked him, or I didn't have because I was nervous at the time. I asked him, when he was coming back, and he looked at me that infamous Mustaine look. He goes, "We're back in August," and that's all he said. Then I met him again. It was 2005 when they came out in the Blackmail the Universe tour, and they had the Drover Brothers and Jimmy McDonough was on bass, and they did an in-store at Cranberry Music here in Melbourne, and the thing from the people that they had coming through before I went in must have been asking some silly questions, really dickhead questions, because the rest of the band were sort of didn't really say much, and Dave was on the end, and I asked him about programming Rage, and he says, he's going through some legal contracts, and he says, but I'm not going to tell you about that. And that's all he said. And I just backed away, and I thought, okay, he's in a bit of a bad mood. He must have had got some Metallica questions or something. I don't know. But I always just found him an interesting guy. Even if he's been in a bad mood, he's always had some, I think, intelligent stuff to say. I mean, interesting stuff to say. So I always wanted to pick his brain. Put it that way. Even though he's had not so what people would think is not so great experiences, but I still want to pick his brain. Yeah. As I said, I've always been a Megadeth fan. Still am. I'm a proud member of the Megadeth Cyber Army. So,
fans,
that's my answer to that one.
Yep, fans, please keep coming into the chat room. I'm loving all the reports that I'm seeing at the moment, and please more thing. And ask Dave a question, I'll relate it to him, and ask me a question as well if you like to. So, this is what it's all about. It's not about us, it's about you guys, the fans. We're just fans as well. Before I get into this next comment, Shay, Shay's walked out. Stay, Shay, all the people. Let's go into one of our. Well, here she is, Shay. Come on down. She's standing right there. I'm going to get a big grilling after this show. I'm saying. Anyway,
even the rabbit is.
I love this job. I really do. I don't get paid for it yet. So, anyway, one of the greatest things that I witnessed over the course of 2 years was not only do I do the interviews via the phone or what have you, but seeing the other media outlets pick the interview up and spread it wide. I mean, here in Australia, we're very limited to the resources that we have to reach the masses. We don't have all these web zines out there like America does or Europe does and that. And a matter of fact, I remember one of the first people that bred one of my interviews out was a guy from Peru. And this is a country that doesn't really speak much English. And a guy from Peru shared the crap out of it, literally. And it just flooded gas. I just flooded. It really was. It was amazing. It was one of the interviews I'd done not long after Jerry from Tankard. One of the, I think it would have been Rob Duke from Exodus, or Exodus singer. It could have been one of them. It could have been the Dave Mustaine. Not Dave Mustaine. Dave Ellison. I've done that Dave Ellison as well. Okay. David, we've got some more comments. You want ready?
Yeah, no, keep going.
Going back to your Megadeth rant that you just had because you're a fan as well.
Cool rant, but it's like
a fan rant. A fan rant. Anyway, the person said, I understand guarded, but he knows Jen and Dino and never spoke to them either, and they were a foot away from them. And I don't know a fan, but the new Megadeth album is brilliant.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I'm actually waiting on my... I've already got... Because I went to Pledge Music and I got the signed vinyl. I ended up buying normal copy as well. And then I got the...
You got the vinyl? You got the vinyl? Got my CD?
I'm looking... Because I got the one with the glasses thing in it. I've got it sitting around here somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll find it. It's around here somewhere. I'll find it later.
We'll do it later.
So far, I've got about 3 copies. I'm waiting for another because I renewed my Cyber Army membership, and I'm waiting on a copy with the bonus tracks. Look who's talking, and was it Last Dying Wish or something? I think, which I was thinking I would get in the special limited edition glasses thing, but apparently the US version doesn't have the version with the bonus tracks. The European version of the limited edition thing with the glasses thing, that does have the CD with the bonus tracks in it. So it's the US one is just the normal. The bonus tracks come in the European version of that one. But then I'll probably get the version with the Japanese version, because the Japanese version as well. There's another bonus track called Me Hate You. I'll get that one as well.
As you
can see, I'm a bit of a Megadeth nut.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Megadeth fan as well. But I do want to say this. I do know when, prior to the release of Australian release of Dystopia from Megadeth, Utopia Records was going to get the deluxe edition with the 3D or virtual reality. Apparently, they were all wrong. They had to reship them back to America, and I'm still waiting for the shipment to come back so I can get my virtual reality glasses, so to speak.
Paid for it yet?
Yeah, I paid. I'm just still waiting.
Oh, I was going to say you should have gone to Mark. Mark would have got it for you. Just make sure that they've got tell them what I've said, that the UK version, the European version is the one with the extra bonus tracks. The US version doesn't have the bonus tracks on the actual CD. I can, if you wait 2 seconds, I'll actually find it. I think it's over. Where is it? Sandra!
Yeah.
Do you know what that Megadeth box set thing is?
Megadeth one.
The Dystopia one.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Oh, yeah, it's on the bench.
Yeah.
Don't worry, folks. This is unscripted. This is unedited. We don't have anything.
Yeah, that's the US one. So, which I got my local record store to get, but then.
And Marcus, a Collingwood supporter.
Didn't have the bonus tracks on it.
And Mark was a good Collingwood supporter. Down it.
Yeah.
Local records.
Yeah, he'd be a bit disappointed. Well, we won't talk footy.
Yeah, you keep your opinion to yourself.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to. I can't talk much this week. I'm not going to go there.
Anyway, before we get on, Dave, to the other news I want to go on, we do know there's rumours of a massive festival that are expanding. It's called Download. They're going to Paris this year to try out some new area, and they're going to expand that. And I believe Megadeth is on the bill, Iron Maiden, among others. It's a massive festival. It used to start at down at the old Donington racetrack in England. Now they wanted to branch out, and we're believing some rumours via the social network Twitter.
Yeah.
Now, here's my spin on it. And I think I said this about a month ago on an episode that I did on my own. Here's my spin. If we are going to bring Download to Australia, don't make it a travelling festival. Make it one city, one date over the whole entire weekend. Out in the middle of nowhere near the metropolitan area. Put it out in a paddock, out in the open field somewhere. Do what they do over in Germany.
The only problem with that is going to be transport.
This is the next thing.
Yeah.
If you hire out coach buses, I mean, there's plenty of freaking buses around Australia that travel people around, right? If you market and put a budget set price down for the transportation of buses to and from the venue, or if you're out in the open paddock, you don't have to bring them back to the city. You can camp out there for 3 days. Make it a 3-day festival, one day, one only, right? If you want to showcase it.
Make sure it's here in Melbourne, but, you know.
Yeah.
Just to be selfish.
Now, if you want to pick a spot, well, at this particular time, I don't think Adelaide will be big enough, but I'm not saying that for that. If you're bringing it regularly year after year, change the area of the festival in a different state. So you can start it off in Sydney, then work away to Melbourne, Brisbane, so forth. Yeah. Even if you really want to, go to freaking Ayers Rock, right? In the middle of the... No. Just hold on for a second. Last weekend...
metal concert.
Hold on. Last weekend they did a metal gig with King Parrot. It was a 2-day festival last weekend. It was Friday, Saturday. King Parrot was there. Colossus was there. A lot of Australian metal bands was there in Gate Centre at Alice Springs. Why not? If you can showcase it, Tasmania needs it. Northern Territory needs it.
Yeah.
One particular.
I'd go to Tassie in that for her. I wouldn't go to. Don't think I'd travel to
Yeah.
Alice Springs. That's just me. This is my opinion. I wouldn't get no. Yeah, I'd rather go to Tassie than Alice Springs. But
Here's the thing: tickets should be around about the 200 or 280 mark if it's for a 3-day festival, right? Around the 200.
yeah,
But here's the thing: you don't have to pay for camp fees. That's included. You don't have to pay for transportation if you're going by getting there by a coach. That should be included. You get discount on food because everyone will love food, and we know the prices of food is skyrocketing at Soundwave. So have a discount set price for the food, and get like a 10 to 20% discount on merchandise, inclusive with. It's like a membership type of thing, right? So you buy a package for the weekend that to accommodate for that thing. Out in the middle of nowhere where there's no noise restrictions, no curfew, none of the BS. If you do it out in the open paddock, who's going to complain? The horses, the cattle, make it. If you want to showcase it and bring these freaking bands here, that's where you're going to do it. You ain't going to do it near a metropolitan city, not like Adelaide, no, or Perth. Got to do it out in the outback somewhere.
Any more questions?
Yeah. Would you camp there?
Okay, probably in Tasmania. I don't know. As I said, I'm not really a fan of Alice Springs, but I'd go to Tassie a bit and go down there. I'd camp. I haven't been out for a long time, but I still camp.
And if it worked for Boot Raves, why wouldn't it work for Download?
What? Which one?
If it worked for Boot Rave parties, why wouldn't it work for Download?
The only thing like the whole bus thing, having seen it for Soundwave the other year, a lot of people weren't happy about that. I don't know if the whole bus thing would work. They tried the whole bus thing when they had Soundwave Revolution, when they were looking at bringing out Aerosmith and Van Halen and all that. You remember that one? They had it out near Werribee or something, and there was going to be buses and all that, and people. Not me, but I heard a lot of the talkers around the whole bus thing, and people didn't like it. So I don't know if the whole bus thing will work. It needs to be like some sort of link to where trains are. If it's going to be like out, countryside, that sort of thing, there need to be some rail sort of link to where it is.
You know what I mean?
Not just the whole bus thing, because it just put too much strain on the buses.
I do get what you're saying, Dave, but here's the problem. We put so much restrictions on noise, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
But I mean, getting to the venue. If it's out in the country, like just say, for instance, out where were they going to have Wallen, where they were going to have this supposed 1989. They're going to have a supposed concert with like the band that we both like. Who later didn't. The 1989 Wallen. They were supposed to have like In Excess, Kiss, Joe Cocker, that one. I know friends of mine that had actually bought tickets for it. But yeah. if it was going to be at least there'd be some sort of rail thing out there.
Yep.
You know, that people can sort of get to. It's just makes it even instead of just having one mode of transport. There's got to be sort of multiple ways people can get there, else as well as driving, of course. I mean, you know, you use your own cars and whatever, but it's got to be multiple ways to get there. Else, yeah.
I don't mind being close to railway thing, but I'm just saying for those interstate type of thing, have it out out of somewhere. If you want to catch the coach, it can be from
Yeah, even Alice Springs, you can still get the rail out there, isn't there? Out towards there. So,
but that's not frequently though. That's only 2 services.
Unless it's a mode of transport to get there. Yeah.
You can catch buses every day going up there, but that's only one. But anyway,
any more?
bring Skinner. They always play download in the UK.
Well, we've got another festival. It's going ahead next year. It's fully funded apparently. The Legion Festival, which should be good.
The only thing about that is that people reckon, there's not enough big bands on there to support it. Hey, that was the problem. You fans didn't put your money into the Soundwave. You know, I mean, I get it.
If you want all these big bands, you're gonna have to pay the dollars to get them. So
they want more punk on Legion of Steel. From what I'm not Legion of Steel, Legion
Festival. Yeah, I know what you're getting confused with.
Yeah, they want
more punk or whatever. I mean, there was enough punk. There was enough punk on Soundwave. It was a nice blended mix, actually.
I had to laugh when someone posted up like too loud for my liking. I'm
too late. If you're too loud, you're too old or too.
Oh, this was a teenager. This wasn't a guy like you and I.
Well, don't get. Seriously, if it's too loud, don't watch it. Go watch some other band. Fucking hell. There's enough there. Like with Soundwave, there was enough bands there to sort of to suit your musical tastes.
Yep.
There was enough there for the metalhead, like me and you. There was enough there for the rockers, and there was enough there for the punk, hardcore dudes as well. So it's. I mean, if you think you're going to, if you're going to a thing like Soundwave, you're probably only going to get to see about 7 or 8 bands properly over the day anyway. So, I mean, so there's always enough at festivals if you look around.
Just go and see freaking Backstreet Boys or fucking One Direction.
No.
Anyway, we haven't got any more things at the moment, but let's go into the AC/DC debacles, shall we, Dave?
Debacle, it depends on which way you want to look at it. For some people, I'm not all that keen on there. Not that I hate Axel. I don't hate Axel, but I don't know if I'm 100% behind, their decision because it looks like it is going to happen.
Highway to hell.
If you look on YouTube, there's enough videos of Guns N' Roses doing riff raff and on there to make your mind up about that. But apparently, it's going to happen. It came out yesterday or today photos of Axl coming out of studios with AC/DC. where that leaves the whole Guns N' Roses reunion thing as well. How long is that going to be going for as well? Is it going to go? Is this AC/DC thing? Is it just for the States and then they'll retire? That's my thinking of what's going to happen. They'll end up retiring after these dates.
Oh man, I saw AC/DC last November when they were here in Adelaide, and
Yeah.
I came out of that and I said to Shay and Matt, I said, it could be it. It could be the last time we ever get to see AC/DC. Fast forward it to now, everything is coming to pass. I mean, we don't know what the full reason behind Brian Johnson. I mean, there hasn't been a official statement
Coming from the AC/DC
from
camp
Brian
either.
from Brian Johnson.
The rumor is that he got booted after he told them all the news
More-
about his hearing loss, but
What?
what? But that he got booted. You know, he as soon as he told me a day or so later, his stuff that he was touring with ended up at his doorstep.
Well, I'm hearing.
That's rumor.
I'm hearing another report that he was supposed to retire at the end of the last tour. So,
Yeah.
I want to know this. I wonder what Malcolm Young will be feeling right now. The way that the band might be shifting the tides.
To be honest, what do you remember?
No, I mean, despite the Alzheimer's and all of that.
Yeah, I don't know. More importantly, Bond.
Well,
Yeah, no, actually, I'll find something. I'll read a quote from Dave Evans on the whole thing. I'll just go to his Dave Evans. We still got it up there. I mean, David, and I've met David. He's not a bad guy, actually. Some people don't like him, but he's probably deleted it.
on his Facebook page.
Yep. Here we go. He said this is what he said on his Facebook page. This is dated 26, so it was Saturday. I'm being asked constantly in my opinion about the latest AC/DC crisis. Honestly, I think that if Brian Johnson is out of the band, then Angus should finally give away the schoolboy outfit and form a new band, form a brand new band around him and record a fresh new album with a new lineup. And let the AC/DC brand keep the respect of the fans, the music world, and be remembered forever as one of the greatest bands of all time. That was from Dave Evans. So that was his opinion on it.
Here's my thing on this whole thing. This is how I will play it out. AC/DC come up to the end of their career.
I'm thinking this could be finally it. These dates, I think this is only to fill contractual obligations.
This is how I play it. It's no story that this is the final of AC/DC. That's no rumor. That is a fact. They've been around for 42 years and they're kicking butt.
About 42, yeah.
Right? There's only one original member left, Angus, in the band. Right? They've had 3 lead vocalists, Dave Evans, Bon Scott, and Brian Johnson. Right? One passed away.
And soon to be a 4th.
Anyway, they've got 10 shows to complete on this date. Right? Whether or not they had a rift between Brian and the band, who knows? But here's my take on this whole thing. If they're going to do the last 10 shows, why don't you make it a celebration of the legacy of the band? Get all the different artists to sing a song or two because they have to be.
Even might try to make amends with Dave Evans. Even.
Well,
bring out Dave Evans back to sing Like and I Sit Next to You Girl. Rocking in the parlour. And have guys like Mark Storris, Axl Rose, who else is a big ACDC, or even Dee Snider. He's a big ACDC fan as well. Bring them all in.
Get airborne there. Get as many as you can. Make it a celebration. Now, here's the thing. The last one ever should be done in Sydney, right? Because that's where the young brothers used to live, right?
Do it at Stadium Australia or whatever.
One show, that's it. Have a big celebration. And yes, do an all-star jam right at the end for Long Way to the Top in honour of Bon Scott, and do that.
Yeah.
And that's it. Now, here's my opinion on this Axl Rose. It's still no confirmation. Whether there's been photos on TMZ come out today about both Axl and AC/DC both left the same rehearsal studio. Did anyone know? Does anyone notice that Axl wasn't photographed with AC/DC? They're two separate photos at the same place. Now, let's track up a bit. They were, Led Zeppelin here, were rehearsing back in the 80s for audition singers like Sammy Hagar.
Who's to say that the rest of Guns N' Roses wasn't there and Guns N' Roses were rehearsing there as well?
And the report that I'm hearing that is going to have AC/DC open up for Guns N' Roses on this reunion tour.
Yeah, that won't be happening.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for those fans over in America, but as big as AC/DC, not AC/DC, as big as Guns N' Roses shall be, they've got a lot to live up for when they come to Australian music, because there's another band in Australia that influenced them, Rose Tattoo.
Hey, exactly. I bet Rose Tattoo had gone by the wayside, but they'll never play again.
I believe Rose Tattoo are bringing out a new album this year, Dave.
Really? Because I've read interviews where I read an interview with Angry Anderson who said the band's done because Paul DeMarco allegedly got himself into a lot of trouble and he's in jail.
Maybe he got new members, but about a month ago I posted up on my Facebook page that Rose Tattoo was going to bring out a new album this year.
Let's go back to their website. So keep talking. And,
you know, I don't think many people really understand that if you're going to play with fire, you're going to get the job burnt. You're not going to get fans over if Axl Rose is going to front.
And exactly, I'm wondering whether once the show starts, whether Axl's going to get booed off stage.
Well, if you look at the photo, it looks like he's trying to bulk himself up for a movie because he's lost weight.
Yeah, he definitely has. He stopped singing "Welcome to the Bakery. We got pies and cakes."
Looks like he's been on one of those diets and bulking up. So, but it's not an issue whether he can sing the songs or not. It's not about that. It's two different parallel universes here. I mean, yes, Guns N' Roses were one of the highest gross bands of the 80s, early 90s, but you can't put them nowhere near AC/DC. Nowhere near. And all you need is TNT. No. It's not gonna try and to put Guns N' Roses songs into AC/DC lyrics. It's like, all you need is patience, TNT. You know?
Yeah.
Take me down to a whole lot of rosy. Take me down with your fat and pretty. I'm on your plane. Take off your clothes. Anyway, but no, it's
We got any more questions yet?
no. I don't know if people gone to sleep or not, but we've been on for an hour.
Oh.
But
What about-
thanks for the questions and that. But we got
I've got something for you. Not on getting away from ACDC. Just been I was on Twitter this morning while I was at work, and somebody asked Dave Mustaine about, you're going to do a DVD Blu-ray from this tour because being Chris Adler beating in the band, blah blah blah, and he didn't shoot it down. He said, "I'll wait and see." So we could see a Blu-ray DVD from the Dystopia tour, which would be good.
Of this tour or the last one?
The Dystopia World Tour. There could be one. They could think that they may do one. He's open to the idea.
From what I can gather, when Megadeth came out last year, that wasn't part of this Dystopia World Tour. Because
it's just as Dave said, because he talked about it on Periscope. It's just some dates that he's cobbled together so they can get out and tour. It wasn't Dystopia World Tour.
I think that was an anniversary. From what I can gather,
he did say that they would come back. He did say that they would come back here.
Yeah,
and they will do Adelaide on the next track.
From what
they did play songs from Dystopia. They played Fatal Illusion, but that was the only song off the album that they played because the album really hadn't come out yet. So
no. But from what I can gather, due to the photo and the poster of that tour that last year, looks like it was like an anniversary special for Rust in Peace or something like that. It would look
it's no Rust in Peace come out in 1990. I mean, it'll be 25 years, but
there
it wasn't any it wasn't a Rust in Peace thing. So never really played the Rust in Peace thing in full. It was just normal sort of set, really, and some songs from all over the place. So it was just, as Dave said, it was just, those were just dates that they put together because they'd been in the studio for so long and wanted to come out here. So they just cobbled some dates together and came out. I think it was partly due to they wanted to come out here to make up a little bit for the whole Soundwave debacle because that left a lot of sour taste in people's mouths, so to speak.
And I still got the tickets. I showed Dave Elf and that, and yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of tours, there's an announcement tomorrow. I know this is not really up your tree, Dave, but some of the fans of our show do like this group. Disturbed is announcing an Australian tour tomorrow.
Yeah, they're not a bad group, but it's not really. I can understand. Be good for the people who are into them, which is awesome. Yeah, not my taste, really.
I know that people out in Australia that like them, so I just want to say that there's that tour coming tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I'll post it up on the page and give the fans what they want. But if you really want something, and I do need to say this, South Australia in May the 8th are showcasing South Australian metal at Fowler's Live. And we got Truth Corroded, we got Our Cure, we got Headboy, we got Hidden Intent, you got many bands, a whole day event. Now, normally this will be New Dead Festival. Well, that's going to be pushed back later to the year. They're working on something with that. But this day alone, it's only showcasing the South Australian metal talent, as you know. Tickets are running hot, and we believe this is going to sell out. So if you haven't got it, please get it. Shay and I'll be there. Going to be a whole day event. We're going to David's favourite place in Adelaide, Fowler Fly, because he owns the place. Right?
Well, we joke that I owned it.
But I do want to say this before David gets onto his couple of reviews and we wrap it up.
Actually, I'm talking about the gigs. I'll finish off and I'll talk about the gigs.
Yeah. Couple of weeks ago, I did say this on the last episode before I interviewed the last guest on the show. I think it was a Primal Fear one I did. A couple of weeks ago, I went to two gigs over the weekend. One on the Friday night, and I went one on the Monday night, because Monday's been a public holiday due to our horse race. We have the Adelaide Cup. And I went to see True Corroded, Psychroptic, and 3 other bands at the Ningma Bar on the Friday night, and I saw Seven Dust on the Monday night at the Gov. I've got to say, I was thrilled and so pumped seeing the crowd come out in numbers. Now, I looked at Matt looked at me and saying, can you fancy this being a Friday night where this could have been a Saturday night and no one comes out? Friday night seemed to be busier here in Adelaide. Now, fast forward to the Seven Dust concert, mind you, it was a Monday night. Everyone had to work the following day, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was packed. It was absolutely well supported, and I take my hats off to the metal community people here in South Australia, because we're getting a bad rap that we don't support enough bands and live venues and whatnot. But that weekend, well supported, and they've got to give all the thanks they can get. So if you've got a gig coming up, and a matter of fact, I will want to say this. Living End only just announced a tour about last week. Within 24 to 48 hours, they sold out the show at the Gov here in Adelaide. Pre-sale. Sold it out.
That's right. Pretty good.
So
just get a bit of a coffee.
That's all right. But we are starting to come around full circle again with some of the gigs. I mean, yes, we are picky on who do we want. I'm not. I'm just saying the society is. But if you want to support, go out there, put your hard-earned money back into the live music, because you never know. It may be the last time you get to see. If you didn't see AC/DC last time, that's probably it. They're probably not doing another gig in Australia. So it is. But if you have got a gig coming up, please go out and support it. I know the Legions of Steel's in June in Bendigo Hotel.
Yeah, I've just got that one. I've just got that up here. Bands on this year, we've got Scarlet, Sudden State of Back to do it again, Espionage, or Shadow Realm, Envenomed, Asylum, a thrash band from Queensland, really good too. Tabra, get to that. Tabra, Harlot, in Malice's Wake, and Vanishing Point are headlining this year. So,
and matter of fact, Vanishing Point was one of the first bands that we've interviewed on our show at New Deck 2 years ago.
Really? Okay, that you did that interview. Yeah.
I did it live. I did it live at the show with
Who did you interview, Chris?
The whole band.
Was it Chris Porcianco? Oh, the whole band. Okay.
The whole band.
Pardon me.
That was done live. That's when Lord came over. That's when Harlot was there that night too. I didn't get the chance to speak to them that night. I was too busy. But the very first band that I had on this show was a band from Melbourne called Copia. And just recently, well, it wasn't long ago, they lost their drummer. So they've got a replacement. So who knows? I mean, I'm trying to get Forearm, but I've heard they disbanded after what happened and they came back from Seattle. They've done a new album. Then
Seattle.
nothing.
Yeah, they went to America. They did the album, and they had announced a new guitar player, and then it just all went south. But I heard they had a lot of financial problems. It's just rumor. I'm not confirming that. That's what I heard. So, which they on pay to play gigs with Slayer in America, it's cost them a lot of money. So it's a shame because they were a great band too. I'm not putting them down or anything. But yeah, I love that band. I still do.
Good news that come out of the Lord camp. They have found a permanent drummer now.
Awesome.
So they don't have to go around Australia to drum for their drummer anymore. So they got
Tom Brock.
and
they
they
Tom
actually
Brock
are working.
from Cabaret.
Yep, and also from what I've been told on my Twitter account, they are mainly taking this year to do new material. So a new album in the horizon.
Yeah, I'm hearing they're going back to an old concept. So I think because I remember Lord Tim had wrote something about some things need to be revisited. So whether they're going to whether it's some journeys need to be revisited or something. I think he wrote. So whether they're going to do a personal journey too or something like that, we don't know. But as long as it's kick-ass album, it's awesome. It'll be awesome. But I'm looking forward to it.
Another gig I want to say, and this is for all your Melbourne metalheads out there.
Yep.
I believe it's in April, and it's one for Desecrator. They're going overseas.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah. Hang on. I remember my things here. Road Warriors launch gig featuring Desecrator, Malice's Wake Harlot, Braxis, and Join the Amish. It's at the Bendigo Hotel, the home of metal in Melbourne, on Friday, April the 8th. So it's in about a week's time. About a week. It's at 8 p.m. Tickets $15. It should be a bloody awesome show. All those bands, Desecrator, Malice's Wake Harlot, and Braxis are a great band too. I think it's Braxis.
And I believe.
Oh, yes, they are. Yeah. Yeah. What were you going to say?
I believe also there's a gig coming up over in Perth. I think it's something like Murderfest. And I think King Parrot is going over very shortly to Perth. So all those Perth fans that love our show, you've got some gigs every week in Perth. Go and see it as well. I like to give my thumbs up to the people in Perth for giving me some interviews as well and what have you over there and support. As many of you know, I used to live in Perth for 8 years between 92 to 2000. And I do know the venues over there. I do know the record stores over there as well. And matter of fact, one of them is still there called 78 Records. I bought hundreds of music there before it all got stolen, of course. But when I make a trip over there with Shay to see my parents, I will go to a gig in Perth. And a matter of fact, I saw Kiss in 95 in Perth, AC/DC in 96, Red Hot Chili Peppers in 96. Big Day Out over at Butterlane Oval. A lot of gigs, and we won't talk about Human Nature. All right, we will. My sister is was not now, but was a massive Human Nature fan, and being the big brother and whatnot, and I was earning quite a good amount of money back then. I personally took my sister to see Human Nature 7 times.
Okay.
And no, I am not a fucking Human Nature fan. So keep all your fucking jokes to yourself. Right? Well, you have a girl on one arm and the girl on the other arm and they're dancing and they're bouncing up and down, go, Toby. And I got me back towards them and I'm being like a security guard type of thing. you got boob coverage on your arms going up and down like this. Nah, I want to. It's just basically get out. So, especially when I have all my Kiss records and all my metal records in my room, and next door was like my sister's bedroom. She had like Mariah Carey, Boys and Men, Backstreet Boys, and all that type of jazz. You can imagine what the fight and the banging on the word, turn your fucking shit off, you know, constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no, for all the Perth fans out there, thank you so much for your awesome support that we've been getting. And not just that, we want to start from the top and work our way down the bottom. John Howes, Chris Marek, you know, Sling Star for putting Shay photos up and giving her a bit of a spot on the scene type of thing.
all the bands that we've interviewed, the Haunted,
all the bands, all the wonderful people behind the scenes in the music business as well. Sony Music, they've been ringing me up at like sometimes 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. We got a guy on the phone from America. He wants to speak to you, blah, blah, blah. And as a matter of fact, I have put out some feelers for one of my favourite bands I've been following since 2008 because they only brought out 3 albums.
Steel Panther.
Don't you fucking give it away.
Oh, so.
No, I don't think anyone heard that, but anyway, he gave it away. If you want to replay it back, there's a little bit of a hint of who it is. He just gave it away. You know? But anyway, they're coming to Australia very shortly, and I'm meeting up with them and catching up for a drink. Yes, Shay bought me a meet and greet. But anyway, new album to look out for, and I know David wanted to talk about one, but new album to look out for that coming up very shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Death Angel are bringing out an album out very, very shortly. There's some very few snippets of music that's coming out, and it's been posted up on their official page as well. So go and check that out. Doro had just released a new single. Now, you know Doro is going to bring out a new CD album very shortly as well. The first official single will be officially released on the April 1st. I have recently got it. I'm going to play it on the Podomatic music channel for our show when I get up there. And Zach Wild has got his second chapter of his solo EP.
Yeah, Book of Shadows.
Yep.
That should be coming out in about a week. And then it's early April, I think. I know it's in about a week's time, I think.
Yep.
From memory, Book of Shadows 2. I've heard a few of the songs. It's a lot more laid back. This thing's killing me. It's a lot more laid back than what you used to with Black Label. It's back under the Zach Wild banner, and I suppose maybe later in the year you'll start a new Black Label album. But yeah, no, I like the first Book of Shadows album. I'm really looking forward to getting the new Book of Shadows CD. New album's just come out last week. I really recommend you get a hold of. And I've been playing it non-stop for the last 4 or 5 days, is the new Metal Church album. Can't see the actual album cover yet because I've got this in a slipcase. All signed by all 5 members of Metal Church, including Kurt Van Hoven, Mike Howe. Brilliant album, back to probably one of the best for about 20-odd years. Since, like, The Human Factor and Blushing the Skies is probably their best album. This album is brilliant. I got the 2-disc version with about 8 extra tracks, including a re-recorded version of Badlands. But it's a brilliant album. Recommend you get a hold of it. It's really good. as I said, I've been playing it non-stop.
Well, an album. I've got that album. Actually.
You just got it? Cool.
Yeah, not the version you've got.
Yeah, okay. The single version or whatever.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
an album that you should be looking forward to very shortly, David. It's coming out in a couple of weeks' time. The new Ace Frehley solo album, The Origins, which is
just remind me, I've got to go and see Mark about that one.
Now, for those fans out there, this is all covers. There's Kiss covers. There's Jimi Hendrix. They've got the Cream on there. They've got plenty of special guests. Like you've got Paul Stanley from Kiss on there. You've got Slash. You've got Lita Ford.
John Five.
Yep. You've got plenty of guests that go out there. Whether or not actually Ace Frehley will be back to Australia this year or next year, but looks like it'll be next year. This will be off this album. Hopefully that's the case. Because
he plays a few on the covers. Well, at least we know he'll do Parasite and Cold Gin and all that, which is there's new versions. The Parasite version on this album actually sounds really cool.
I won't actually call them a cover song because he actually wrote those freaking songs.
Yeah, I know. We know the original version from Harder Than Hell.
Well,
this version.
Check this out.
Okay, he did write it, but it's
but check this out. Check this out. One of the songs is a Kiss song, right? On this new Origins album, right?
Written by Bachman Turner.
He is freaking singing, or I don't know who's singing it. Rock and Roll Hell from Creatures of the Night, and he didn't even play on that album.
Well, it's technically a cover for him, but it was a cover for Kiss when it was originally done anyway, or partly a cover because it was actually the chorus was actually written originally by Bachman Turner Overdrive, and Kiss used the chorus of that song and brought it into their version, but the verses are it's all different. But it's
Bryan Adams
still a cover.
Because Bryan Adams,
it's kind of the same thing that they did with God Gave Rock and Roll. They kind of really made it their own.
Yeah.
And even though it's a cover.
Yeah, of Argent.
Yeah.
But there's some albums to look for. I'm hearing Testament album is coming out this year sometime.
Yeah, they've still yet to start recording it. They're meant to be recording next month. Start recording next month. They delayed it again because of the tour with Slayer, and then Steve DiGiorgio and I think Gene Hoglan were off doing the Death tour.
Yeah.
Then Eric Peterson's putting out a Dragon Lord album. So that's why. But I remember he was saying, I heard an interview with Eric Peterson where he said they were looking to start recording in April, but because he'd already started doing rough tracks with Gene, and there's one song apparently he does. He's written as this blast beat. It's probably even Gene says that when he first got the track, and he said, "You fucking serious? You think I can play this? It's the fastest blast beat he's ever played," and he managed to pull it off. So it's going to be a pretty heavy album, really heavy album, which is good.
Here's some exciting news, and we've got to wrap it up very shortly. We've been on an hour and a half. Exciting news.
What is this? An anniversary special?
Yeah, it is. Here's some news that came up. This week, Judas Priest are all getting together to get the ideas together for a new album. Now, if you saw the Redeemer of Souls World Tour, you can now get the Battle Cry performance live from Varkin on CD, DVD, and I believe that's a Blu-ray coming out. I got the DVD. I'm getting the Blu-ray when it comes. But unbelievable. But if you can capture what this band did at Soundwave. I saw them at Soundwave, and no, David did.
Pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same set too.
Yeah, and they play Painkiller in this Battle Cry, but I'm also hearing strong rumours that they play Painkiller in Sydney Soundwave as well. So who knows? But good news on the horizon. Yeah, but good news on the horizon. There is going to be a new Judas Priest album, whether it be later this year or start of next year. But this week they are putting the ideas together for a new album.
There's also there's on Judas Priest as well. There was thing you probably saw it too, where talking to KK, the only reason where he returned to Judas Priest is not against. Pardon me, guys. It's over this coughing thing, but he always wanted to do this big tour with Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, them, and it came out in the press, and then Rob must have read the interview and said, "Yeah, that's not a bad idea." So those would be even though if it said but he did say the triple guitar thing wouldn't work. But he did say that they've got Richie now, so he's not got nothing against Richie. So, but he'd like, if he was to return, it'd be for something like a tour with Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and all that.
I reckon that will work, but I don't think it'll be a tour as such. I reckon it'll be like a special event.
Well, that's what he's
Richie Fortner will not have any problem stepping aside for one trade to get KK back.
Or a couple of shows,
yeah. And but look forward to some more news about Judas Priest because there's a new album on the horizon, and I cannot wait.
I need one of those right now.
Also, for fans, please join us on YouTube as you hear. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for all the things that you asked Dave and myself in tonight's show. Down below here, it's a subscription button. It costs you nothing to click on that or subscribe. The reason why I say click on it is every time a show like this or one of my interviews that I do regularly every week, you subscribe, it will allow you to get that as soon as it gets put up, not have to wait for me to upload it and put it up to Facebook or Twitter or whatever. If you subscribe to YouTube, you get it straight away. And it costs you nothing. I mean, we're not here for numbers. Fuck, I've been doing it for 2 years, and the numbers, I don't care about the numbers. You know, if I wanted about the numbers, I could have gave this up 3 months into it when we weren't really we went from what we were to now. I mean, if you look back 2 years ago, we didn't want the numbers. This wasn't about numbers. This was just our pride and joy, what we love listening to, what we love talking about. Like two guys going to a mate's place, having a drink over music and having a chat. That's what we're doing. And then we got onto some interviews, and then we got into, promo and single releases and that where it expanded. But the mentality of it all, it still remains the same. We're just two guys that like hanging out together at a mate place, having a drink and listening and talking. I mean, you put Dave and I together in one room, we will not bore you whatsoever. There's so much we can talk about, and it's not just music. If you're a footy fan, we talk about football. If you talk about cricket, we talk about anything and everything, even wrestling. We talk about that. Before we go, David.
Just on the wrestling thing, fucking Snoop Dogg is a Hall of Famer.
Before we go, let's get your intake. WrestleMania is coming up this Sunday. Let's do a little bit of prediction. Who's going to win between Undertaker and Shane McMahon?
Taker.
I'm going Shane McMahon.
No,
only reason being they need to shake Raw up. It's gone shit. It really has. It really has. But
Yeah,
that's just my thing. Taker versus Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
I reckon The Rock going to interfere and Roman Reigns going to go heel, and next WrestleMania is going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
He'd probably, probably needs a heel turn, but I still reckon Roman Reigns will win it. There's rumours that Triple H's contract is expiring soon.
Yeah. Dean
No,
Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar.
Dean Ambrose only
It's
in a
usually-
real fight.
but they have usually have
In a real fight,
a good heel and a baby face as far as winning goes. Usually goes heel, baby face, heel, baby face. If it, yeah.
but in a real fight, this is the worst match they can put. You know,
Like in a real fight, Lesnar kicked Ambrose's ass.
yeah. I mean, this is the worst fight on WrestleMania. I'm telling you the truth. If this was an actually a legit fight, there's no way in hell would Dean Ambrose win. But
Dean
because
Ambrose would be in hospital for the rest of his life.
yeah, but because it's a showcase and entertainment, it's not really a real fight. I'm going Dean Ambrose. I don't really care. I don't really care about that.
One of our friends actually, well, not friends, but a guy that runs Wrestle Rock over here in Melbourne. He's gone over for WrestleMania. Got picked up at the airport by $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. There's a photo of it, him getting picked up at the airport by the $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome.
But yeah, you put Dave and I in a room together, we will not bore you. There's so much we talk about, so much.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us. This is our 2nd year anniversary. Plenty more to come. I know David will join me when he can. I'll keep doing what I do. As a matter of fact,
We'll do another one. I'll join you for another one when I get over there.
yeah. Well, we're going to try and do these more often. Every time I'm on YouTube, I'm going to, Google Hangouts, I'm going to put the chat room up so everyone can join in and chat with me while I'm on live on air. So we've got plenty of questions tonight. So I'll put all the links up when I go live on YouTube, on Facebook and whatnot. So everyone can join in, ask questions while I talk, and Dave will ask questions as well. And he'll probably relay some feedback as well. So that's probably his next job. He'd be like a foreign correspondent, but behind the scene type of thing. But anyway. But thank you so much for asking Dave and I questions tonight. There was plenty of there that we talked about, and I think we've done well today, Dave. Done really well. First time we've done it.
Megadeth fan now.
Well, it's the first time we've done a live interactive chat room for our episode, so pretty cool. Anyway, I'll be uploading my interview with Stiff Little Fingers tomorrow. You'll get that live on YouTube. I probably have some more coming up at the end of the week. I know I've got some coming up next week. Don't know who yet. I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But subscribe, share, show your love. Keep your hate mail about Collingwood scandal to yourself.
And on as well.
You know, but we'll catch you on the next week's episode. And as always, stay thirsty for metal. Catch you next week.